Good evening, everyone. Our court reporter is online, so let's go ahead and go on the record. I have checked, and we have 3 of our commissioners on the WebEx call, and we have Commissioner Coleman with us. I'll get to their introductions in just a moment. The Missouri Public Service Commission set this time for a local public hearing to give members of the public a chance to comment about Liberty's general rate increase application. This is file number GR-2024-0106. The Commission regulates the rates charged by public utility companies in Missouri to ensure that those rates are just and reasonable. The Commission also regulates the quality of service and safety of the operations of public utilities. There are 5 commissioners. They are appointed by the governor and confirmed by the Senate. The commissioners employ a staff of engineers, accountants, attorneys, financial analysts, and other specialists in the field of utility regulation. My name is Charles Hatcher, and I'm the regulatory law judge that will preside over this hearing. With me today are Commissioner Maida Coleman, and as I said on the WebEx call, we also have Commissioners Jason Holzman, Glenn Kolkmeyer, and John Mitchell. The commissioners have not made any decisions in this case, and they cannot answer any questions today because they need to remain impartial until after all of the evidence is presented. Let's go ahead and have the parties introduce themselves for Liberty.
Thank you, Your Honor. Jermaine Grubbs on behalf of Liberty Utilities, Midstates Natural Gas Corp, doing business as Liberty. I'm a director of legal services for the Central Region at Liberty. My business address is 602 South Joplin Avenue in Joplin, Missouri. Thank you.
Thank you. And for the commission staff.
Paul Graham, Senior Counsel, Litigation, together with Andrea Hansen for the staff of the Missouri Public Service Commission.
Thank you. And for the Office of the Public Counsel.
My name is Anna Martin. I am here to represent the Office of the Public Counsel, and Mark Poston is also here representing the Office of the Public Counsel.
Thank you. Now, everyone has previously been in attendance for the question and answer session. Because, as I mentioned, the commissioners are making the decision in this case, they did not get to hear any of that information. So we rely on witnesses to testify to the commissioners. And the process for this hearing will be to call the names on our sign-up list. I understand we only have 1 name thus far. So after we call our witness, I will then open the floor for anyone who did not pre-register but who would still like to testify. Sir, if you'd like to come on down and step up to the microphone, give us your name and address. If you could please state and spell your name, please, for the record.
Yes, Your Honor. Wes, W-E-S, Mitchell, M-I-T-C-H-E-L-L.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell. If you would please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
Thank you. If you would please go ahead and tell the commissioners your comments.
Yes, thank you for this time. Fair and reasonable. That's a good question. What is fair and reasonable? It's pretty subjective, I believe. It depends on your perspective. From my perspective, I think this rate increase is exorbitant. I think I would urge the Public Service Commission to review this carefully and roll this back, because I think that rate increase that is proposed is excessive. People are struggling, having a hard time paying their bills already, and that amount that Liberty is requesting is well in excess of the rate of inflation. So I would submit that it is excessive, and I would like to see that rolled back by the PSC. That's all I have to say, sir.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the commissioners? We do have one. If you'd hold on just a minute, Mr. Mitchell.
Good evening, Mr. Mitchell.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here tonight. We appreciate your participation in this hearing. One of the concerns I always have when we deal with utility companies is the quality of service that the customers receive. I appreciate your comments, but can you give me any insight as far as your feelings regarding its customer service?
Regarding overall customer service?
Yes, sir, or
you
your
mean the safety?
experiences.
Well,
You are a customer of Liberty.
yes, ma'am,
Okay.
I'm a long-term
All right, let's
customer of
start
Liberty
there.
Utilities. I live in Hannibal.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
And I didn't like the fact that they closed the offices to make payments. And I have found that it's very confusing to find agents here locally. I looked on the website of payment agents and called some of them, a couple of pharmacies, called a couple of dollar stores that were listed, and only one said that they took the payments and they knew very little about it. Now, I know most people use electronic media to make their payments, but not everyone has that, and I think it's not the best customer service to not offer at least a place to drop off a check, which they did have until this spring. So I just feel like that is a shortcoming as far as customer service, not having a local office that you can deal with.
Thank you, Mr. Mitchell.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
And are there any questions from the commissioners online? And just a reminder, if you have phoned in, it's *6 to unmute.
No questions, Judge.
Thank you, Commissioner Holzman. All right, as promised, that was our one witness that we had who signed up. Is anyone else interested in testifying, providing their comments to the commissioners tonight? It can be a bit intimidating, I understand. Let me go ahead and give you the instructions if you or someone else you know would like to make comments but don't necessarily want to come forward tonight to do that. You can go to the PSC's website, and that is psc.mo.gov, and in the upper right-hand corner, it will have a link that says Submit Comments. Just make sure and enter in this case number, and again, that is GR-2024-0106. Before we end our hearing for the evening, I want to ask one last time if there's anyone else who would like to come forward and offer their comments. All right, hearing none. Are there any closing remarks from the commissioners before we adjourn the hearing? Again, any commissioners online would like to make any closing remarks, and it's *6 to unmute.
Judge, Commissioner Holzman here. Just want to thank everybody for showing up tonight. We do appreciate their input, and have a great evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Holzman. Any other commissioner comments?
Yes, this is Commissioner Kochmeyer. I want to do the same. Thank everyone. I also want to thank Mr. Mitchell for coming forward for his testimony this evening. So hope everybody has a good evening.
Thank you, Commissioner Kochmeyer. I would also like to thank all of our participants and attendees today, just coming out to listen to the testimony and learn about the rate increase. I know that's important to everyone here. And again, if you do have additional comments or know of someone who did not make it tonight and would like to comment, You can still comment on this case by going to the Commission's website, and that's psc.mo.gov. If you would like to contact the Office of the Public Counsel, their email address is mopco@opc.mo.gov. Again, that's mopco@opc.mo.gov. And with that, we will go ahead and adjourn the hearing. We are adjourned, and let's go off the record.